anong gagawin natin? Makikipag-water cannon din? Magdi-deploy tayo ng Navy warship? This is what actually China wants us to do.
Iyak ang China sa balitang ito. Tinutukan na din kasi sila matapos ang China manghamon. Ayon sa nakalap nating impormasyon, munti ka na ang PCG magpaputok kundi lang pinigilan ng PCG ni Tariela matapos kasing mangharang ng China ng hindi naman resupply. Tinutukan pa ng kanyon, pinapagante ang PCG ng China. Ayon kay Tariela, utos daw niya sa PCG wag magpaputok dahil ito ang gusto ng PCG sa China ang magkaroon sila ng dahilan bakit sila nagpapaputok. Gumanti daw kasi ang PCG sa China.
Because again, kung anong gagawin natin? Makikipag-water cannon din? Magdi-deploy tayo ng Navy warship? This is what actually China wants us to do. To pressure the national government to deploy warships, to escalate the tension. Because we can expect them that the moment we give them that opportunity, tataasan nila lalo ang level ng tension na baka we will be more surprised na we allow them to justify to send their PLA Navy warships. But it doesn't mean na hindi rin kami nagagalit, hindi rin kami naiinis, hindi rin kami naproprovoke to respond to such aggressive behavior of China. The same sentiment of ordinary Filipino fishermen, of ordinary Filipino people, ang nararamdaman din ng Coast Guard at ng Armed Forces of the Philippines. But again, the guidance of the President is very clear. We don't need to escalate the tension. We just have to deal with them professionally. Our assessment of the Chinese Coast Guard for the National Task Force West Philippine Sea and for the Philippine Coast Guard is that ang Chinese Coast Guard, it's not true na it's only the resupply operation that they are preventing the Philippine government from carrying out. But they are also, do not hesitate to prevent the Filipino fishermen in enjoying our resources in the West Philippine Sea. We can expect the Chinese Coast Guard, whether it's a military operation like the resupply operation in Ayungin Shoal or ordinary Filipino fishing boats, they will still be harassed and they will not hesitate to use their maritime forces.
Samantala, maraming Pilipino naman na nagpintig ng tenga dito sa sinabi sa China ni Harry Roque na wag daw ibaban ni BBM dito ang China. Ayaw daw niyang maghirap, magpasakop na lang daw tayo gaya ng pangako ni Duterte.
Ngayon, ang nakakaabala, parang sinasadya rin ni PBBM na galitin ng China para ipagbawal muli ang pagpasok ng ating saging at pinya. Ito ba'y dahil galit siya sa mga Duterte na nais niya lahat ng Dabawenyo ay maghirap? Kasi hindi naman natin matatanggi na talagang ang Davao region ay number 1 producer ng saging at pinya na alam ni Presidente Marcos na unang-unang ipagbabawal ang pagpasok sa China. Pag nagputukan po dyan sa South China Sea na dinadaanan lahat ng ating inaangkat na petrolyo, lalong mamahal pa po yan. At kapag lalo pang namahal ang ating diesel na ngayon ay 70 pesos na per liter, lahat po ng presyo ng bilihin ay tataas muli. Yung Global Opportunity Index. Matapos ang sandamukal na pagbabiyahe ng ating PBBM, hindi naman tayo kulelat. We are second to the kulelat dahil ang mas mababa pa sa atin ay Cambodia. So parang kahit ano pang sabihin nila na pledge na opportunity, pag ang tatanungin mo yung mga namumuhunan mismo, sa ngayon, second to the pinakakulela tayo pagdating sa Global Opportunity Index.
Pero buwelta sa kanya ni Ambassador to the US Jose Manuel Romualdez, walang kikilalanin pangako si BBM sa China. Kaya nga tayo nakipagkampihan sa Japan at US. Kaya kung dun sa China ni Roque gustong tumira, magsama daw sila ni Duterte.
I think that all the actions that have been taken by all the countries, and then I'm not only talking about the United States and Japan, but we're talking about all other countries that have come out openly in condemning any kind of aggression, clearly shows the commitment that they have. Any country that sees something that is not within the realm of international law will come into form. And I think that we're seeing that right now in Ukraine, for instance. So we are confident that all the countries that have come out in supporting us is a commitment by itself. we are expecting to have a large amount of the investments that are supposed to be coming into us, but not only coming from the United States, but perhaps even in working with Japan to be able to increase the activities. And some of that is also being moved from China. A lot of these semiconductor investments have been already started to move out of China and now spreading out into the ASEAN region. And the Philippines, as I said, has been chosen one of the 7 countries by the State Department. Well, I think first of all, we welcome any kind of conversation between President Biden and President Xi. We certainly would like to lessen or de-escalate the tension that is happening in that part of the world. But as far as, again, all of these things that are happening in our region, specifically in the West Philippine Sea, we will continue to do what we're doing, is to supply our soldiers that are there in the Sierra Madre. We will do whatever we can to be able to protect our environment in any way we can also. But at the same time, continue to discuss or to find ways and means to be able to resolve issues peacefully without having to go through these very dangerous operations that are being made by China. We have made that very clear to them on many occasions. I think the United States is also encouraging China to continue to look at the possibility of just simply really allowing us to continue to just to supply our soldiers that are in the Sierra Madre and to lessen or de-escalate the tension that is being I think that there will be no let up in that one, and we're hoping that at some point in time China will see the light that this is really something that it's better for us to discuss rather than to heighten tension in the area. Well, the MDT is an alliance, or it is an agreement. It's a treaty that we have with the United States, and it's been there since 1951. Today, it is even more clearly relevant in our relationship with the United States, and we have said on many occasions, both our countries have made our commitment that the MDT is something that we hope will never have to be invoked. But if in the event that any situation calls for our treaty ally like the United States, we will not hesitate to do so. And that's where we are today. It is still a commitment, but it's really a thin line on how these things can be managed. And that's why a lot of countries are very concerned about this, and we encourage all the other countries to continue to press China, more specifically, to respect the rule of law and the international rule of the seas, more specifically the arbitration award that was given to the Philippines. That is our stand, and it'll continue to be our stand. I think that it's been clear that any kind of an agreement, and which obviously is verbal in nature, is something that the current administration of President Marcos would have to see, and we've already made it clear. I think that any kind of an agreement that does not jive with our policy of making sure that our territory is well protected will obviously be not recognized. I think that that's already been made clear on many occasions.
Ngayon, ikaw bilang Pilipino, ano ang masasabi mo at reaksyon sa balitang ito? Mag-iwan ka ng komento sa ibaba at atin pong babasahin isa-isa.